So we've had a few conversations over the years about this. And the conversations we've had have always sort of, skimmed over the surface of what happened because we both decided to sort of let it go.
Yeah.
And the industry
was it a conversation or it was just an unconscious decision?
Conversation.
Brief
conversation.
We touched it once or twice.
But the truth is, I've always acknowledged, even to other people, that the truth is I probably wouldn't even be in front of a camera, ever. If not for Denrele. I probably would never wear high heels because my mother never used to buy them for me.
And let me even tell you the parts that I need to add.
Yeah, go ahead.
Apologies to cut you short. So, on the X app, people started saying, what Didi did to, all of these people.
Wow.
They brought that whole grooming narrative up. And I explained it. No, because Titi had mentioned secondary school. Now, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I went to Queen's College to do a stage play.
Yeah.
Titi came in mufti to pick up her, living
You're now looking like a 19-year-old.
Which is why I engaged that we had a conversation. Because the people in uniform, I said, but I don't want problem. The principal at the time, Mrs. Bickersteth.
Shojiri or...
no, I think it was Mrs. Bickersteth.
Ajayi at
Was
that
it?
time.
Mrs. Bickersteth was in my church, Methodist church. Her daughter is married to OC UKJ. Yeah. So I just said, let her not come and, dissect me in church. So Titi and I had a conversation. Titi was in Last Potek Isolo at the time. Yes. She was not in Queen's College. So all of you people that are saying that I went to secondary school to go and catch them young, me on pedophilia. Thank you. Okay, no, just saying. But it sparked off a conversation, and then in my very mature way, because I apply emotional maturity and emotional intelligence to these things, I schooled them. I said, look, dead in that narrative, this is no grooming here. Titi will not answer things like this, but I would. Do not get this picture wrong. So I explained the way everybody said, thank you for clearing the more air to produce. But that was a different conversation.
Another air to clear, which many people are asking. Who broke up with who? Who ended it? I already said it, but let it come from you people because it's not to me like me. I went to go and say what I was not said.
I love it.
Who?
Because somebody is needing closure here, so we need to know.
Let me move to Mary.
Wait.
Let me protect you.
On this?
Yes, you can.
So in the definition of breakup, I don't really feel like there was a cataclysmic breakup. There was never an event or a fight or something that happened. It was like as if we just kind of grew apart.
Yes.
So a lot of distance grew through time, events, traveling here and there, activities, a lot of things.
Titi became a big girl. Hello, how are you? Titi now, Titi.
But then let me ask you something. Let's be very honest. You mentioned the fact that she became a big girl.
Yes.
Do you think that was what spurred you on that? So it's because Titi is a big girl now, me too, I'm going to be even bigger. Was that it?
It's the hottest therapy ever.
I'm telling you.
Okay, so for me at the time, I'd always been a hustler, and I think my major driving force, growing up was I just needed to, change my family history and then, switch because we didn't live in the best of conditions. So I knew that I was that child, that crowning glory that was going to take my immediate family out of that, situation. So,
but it was similar for me too.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, it was a driving force
the thing is this, both of you have similar stories and you've also been through a lot through the fire.
Yeah.
And I feel like there are so many questions I want to ask you, but this is not a therapy session.
Maybe
we will do a special Wake Up Nigeria edition where we'll talk about this.
At this point,
with you guys,
Mary will be
you have become my guest. Oh, money.
But amazingly, over the years, whatever differences we did have hasn't affected our growth.
No, it hasn't.
It hasn't affected.
I find that impressive.
I think it's been a driving force, actually. Funny enough, and
you guys have been pulling each other. I love it.
I love the fact that if I place a call to him, he would pick up, he would have a conversation, and vice versa.
You are Titi. What? Oh, be me that man. Let me tell you what Titi would do to me this morning.
Oh my God.
I should just call. I was about to say I'm on my. She said, You have to bring, see, before she said bring, I just reached out for what she wanted.
Because you already knew. It's like they have that kind of connection.
It's in my head.
I find it really
voice is like,
impressive.
Okay. Titi's voice is like the beginning of wisdom.
So,
but you know what?
This is the end of the Mary Alimi show. The Mary Alimi show is brought to you by Denrele and Titi this morning.
On Wake Up, this is a real wake-up call. I am awake.
So, you know what, guys? I have so many questions, but as I said, we cannot answer all of them. But I know you have a project. Let's quickly touch on that and then we'll move on.
Okay, so, I mean, everyone knows that, you know, on the side, aside from media work, I am some sort of, what's the word? Talent hunter pro bono. Can I also add star maker?
Pro bono?
Yes, so.
Wow, free.
So what I do
this is the first I'm hearing.
I do a lot of plugins.
Free.
And Olamide once said, I remember that there was a time he wished me happy birthday and he said, Denrele is the only person in our industry that does not collect commission.
Wow.
I don't. What I do is, once I do my plugins, you know, whatever you get is for you. I know how hectic the industry is. I know how, you know, capital intensive it can be. Keep your money to yourself. What I want to collect from you. So anyway, I digress. Now, this project is a high school series. Okay. I know that's a genre that, you know, people have started experimenting with, especially on the YouTube space. But I decided, let me get young people who have never really acted before, you know, sort of, you know,
in the environment,
Yes, and hone their talents and, you know, give them some leverage and mileage to, you know, expand
How
their
long
expertise.
has the production been going on for? And
so,
when is it
so here's the thing. Okay, I'm not allowed to say, but I'll just give you one small gist. So there's this project that I worked on last year, late last year, for a very popular film company. It's one of the Nollywood classics. It's a sequel to one that's already out on a streaming platform. And this is going to be a series, so you watch out for that one. So whilst I was in Abuja shooting, we were also shooting the high school series in Abuja. So I was supervising at the same time. I would say that two notable faces on this project, Ade herself, real Ade herself.
Wow.
She's the lead. Tosin Pedro, who I was here with last year. And then a couple of young, enterprising individuals.
I really wish we could talk about
I'm
this
telling you.
project. I feel like the time we could have used to talk about this project, I was dragging you guys out.
Pretty soon. And I would invite the cast next month to come onto the studios. And then Atela from Nigerian Idol, who he did the soundtrack. He also featured in it. He was a bad guy in it, you know. He will come do, you see this area for performance.